When is Yeat gonna drop? I saw him perform a new track. I don't know if we've heard this or not. Let me see. In Germany. So at the Splash Festival in Germany. So I guess that's where Uzi first performed the new Pink Tape songs after they released, that is. Because I know he previewed a lot of songs at Summer Smash right before, like the weekend before. Let's see. Have we heard that one or not? He sounds like Travis, where he's like falling down with the auto-tune still, like, ah! I can't tell though. I mean, the beat sounds cool because, you know, it's Yeat and he knows how to pick beats, but I can't really hear the vocals on it to be like, yo, this shit hard, this shit not, you know? Yeah, I saw some comments saying like Yeat falling off. Yeat low-key fall off. Bro, no. That's all I gotta say. He just went mainstream, bro. When did he drop Afterlife? That just sold 52K, bro. When did that even drop? Like months ago? It was 2023, right? Or was it late 2022? Because that's the problem nowadays with artists falling off and fans saying that it dropped 2023. I just looked. Because, and it's not even everyone's like fault. It's really just social media. We're so used to seeing like literally thousands of pieces of content every single day, whether it be on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. It's like, if someone really just falls back and like is recording music or isn't doing gimmicks online at all times, popping up in your feed every single day. And this is why labels, that's their job at this point, like to literally pay Instagram pages, Twitter, YouTube people to just like maintain people's relevance on like something they did on Instagram and like create narratives, because the artists, like their job is just to make the music. So anyway, as I was saying, the problem is social media. Just because you ain't seeing somebody's name in like a couple months, like he fell off, that's crazy. We got to go by, at least I go by, sales numbers. And as much as I hate to like always bring up sales, because, you know, it doesn't necessarily equate to somebody's quality of music, still it shows like, are people talking about this person? Are people still tuning in, at least during the first week, to someone's music? That's really the only indicator that we can tell, because Instagram could be easily botted. Like, you know, you can't really just check someone's likes. Streams can too. So, man, it's really just hard to tell like what's fabricated by the labels and what's not. But I don't know. It's just a feeling thing at this point, in my opinion. Like, you can just tell Yeat maybe fell off in the underground lane, because in the underground, a lot of people, once somebody blows up, they kind of like move on to the next generation of rappers, which, I mean, right now I'm listening to a lot of SoundCloud because I feel like we've been listening to the same rappers the last couple of years, so I'm trying to look for something new. And so that's that Southside, hard rock, Thrax, Lifeless Garments type wave, even Until Japan lately, but that's just because he's so big now. He's got like mainstream fans, and maybe they're not talking about him as much, but that's just because they're not like the loudest. I feel like the underground community, the music enthusiasts, like they are the loudest. So maybe that's why people feel that way. The underground is kind of dead though, I'm not gonna lie, but we just need somebody to take control. I feel like just one person needs to start moving, not necessarily at the same pace that Yeat was a long time ago, but like at least just start pushing some numbers. Like Lone is moving mainstream, but he's kind of been in the space for a while. We need Ken to do something, but I'm not even talking about those guys. Like they're already up now. So Fago, Ken, like the fun part is watching someone go from like literally rags to riches. So like some of these SoundCloud guys that I just mentioned their names, to like watch them. Like Hard Rock, I feel like is that next guy. He's going to all these Aleeks and other designer. I think it was Louis Vuitton, the last one. with Filthy, and so he's like hanging around all these people. So he's like the next mysterious figure that once his project starts coming out, or like the labels start really pushing him, once he starts making a movement, I think the underground will get interesting again, because then people will know, or the artists will know what the fans are fucking with. Because right now we're still in like this experimental phase. I feel like it comes in waves. You can't necessarily always be interesting. There has to be some cool off periods, and we're in the cool off period from Yeat, Sofago, Ken, and Lone. And then the next one's gonna start maybe, I'd say, end of this year with Hard Rock. But then once Hard Rock blows up, I feel like a lot of the people, his friends, like Lifeless Garments, the people I just mentioned before, like they will, since they're on a similar sound, like that's gonna take over, you know? Especially because he'll be in pictures with them, and like they're all signed to Ian. I feel like Ian Connor, if he did sign them, and I'm not sure if it's like confirmed just yet, he's definitely associated with them and chilling with them. Who knows if he's managing or he has them under a label or something. But that might be like the next Opium label, bro. I don't know if it's gonna be like as big or as influential, but like they're moving very similar. And I feel like even with Ian Connor's allegations, still he has pull. Like he knows how to move behind the industry. He's got all of the affiliations and connections that can really put someone on without even being in the picture. I think that's one thing he might have to do, especially with allegations. Underground dead because TikTok not pushing artists to blow up anymore, and most of the underground coming from TikTok. Kanye is the new underground artist. Oh, they definitely pushing TikTok artists. I just think that now that TikTok isn't necessarily new, and so many artists and rappers are taking advantage of TikTok, a lot of people, like there's a lot of competition now. Because if everybody's posting TikToks, like, you know, at the very beginning of the app, when it was still getting popular, before now it's basically the most popular app, at least for content. You could, like anyone could blow up if they really knew how to use the app, because there wasn't many people posting. Like people are still kind of iffy, like, oh, should I do it? It's kind of corny. And sometimes I feel like it can be. But it is the new marketing mechanism for labels and artists nowadays. So you can't really run away from it. You need to use it in some capacity, whether it be you or your fans. But again, TikTok isn't really pushing too many artists, at least in this like lane anymore, because again, there's just so much competition. And also this lane, like they don't, like underneath, you know, Cardi, Ken, Uzi, like I'm going to say, it's going to feel weird, real artists, but that's not really what it is. Like the people who aren't posting TikToks, it's weird for like, what if you saw Hard Rock post a TikTok, you'd be like, what the fuck? Especially if he was like mouthing the words. Like it's a more mysterious lane where they're kind of bigger than that, their image, you know? So that's why they're not really posting it, if you ask me. Speaking of music, what happened to your music channel? So essentially what I'm doing with that is I'm posting, I just hit up all of like the rappers we fuck with in the underground. I'm getting a lot of exclusives. So I'm just starting to post music that I like, because I feel like the underground is dead. So I'm just trying to post, you know, upcoming rappers that I mess with, and trying to be like a hosting channel. And then the same thing for my SoundCloud. And I just feel like that'll be cool. It'll be an easier way for me to put on for people, because it's hard for me. Like people ask me to do YouTube videos of them, and I'm like, if I make a YouTube video about like a super underground rapper, nobody's gonna watch it. But if like I post their music on a music channel, which that's what people are there for, whereas on my other channels, people are here to, like y'all here and stream, so that we talk about like relevant people right now. Like it'll just be a better avenue. Does it only have to be rap? I mean, not necessarily, but that's like what I like. So, but I'm not taking submissions just yet until it gets a little bit bigger. It's going to take a little bit. It's at like 4K something. So it will just give it some time, and then we'll actually take submissions.